Hello, dear listeners, and welcome to another episode of Dog with Blog. I'm your host Kathy, and today, we embark on a journey through the lush landscapes of Mary Oliver's poetry, guided by the loyal companions that walked alongside her. In this episode, we'll uncover the profound connection between this celebrated poet and her deep affection for dogs. Join us as we delve into her verses, anecdotes, and the enduring impact of canine companionship on her poetic odyssey. Mary Oliver's muse, the canine connection. Born in 1935 in Maple Heights, Ohio, Mary Oliver's affinity for dogs began at an early age. Her connection with them only deepened as she grew older. They became her constant companions, sharing in her solitary wanderings through the woods, fields, and shores of Provincetown, Massachusetts. It was here that she found solace, inspiration, and a limitless wellspring of poetic material. Many of Oliver's poems are a joyful celebration of nature, but she also wrote about the abuse she suffered as a child and her first brush with death from lung cancer. Mary Oliver, known for her exquisite verses, found her muse in the form of furry, four-legged friends. Their presence in her life was more than a passing fancy, it was a vital force that shaped her poetry. Through her keen observations, Oliver elevated the everyday experiences of dogs into poetic marvels, revealing the beauty in the simplest of moments. In one of her poems, Mary says, "Because of the dog's joyfulness, our own is increased. It is no small gift. It is not the least reason why we should honor as well as love the dog of our own life, and the dog down the street, and all the dogs not yet born. What would the world be like without music or rivers or the green and tender grass? What would this world be like without dogs? I ask Percy how I should live my life" by Mary Oliver. "Love, love, love," says Percy. "And hurry as fast as you can. Along the shining beach, or the rubble, or the dust. Then, go to sleep. Give up your body heat, your beating heart. Then, trust." Mary Oliver's poem exemplifies, for me, what our dogs provide to us. Their dogness enhances our humanness. Featured poem, The Sweetness of Dogs. What do you say, Percy? I am thinking of sitting out on the sand to watch the moon rise. It's full tonight. So we go. And the moon rises, so beautiful it makes me shudder, makes me think about time and space, makes me take measure of myself, one iota. Pondering heaven. Thus we sit, myself, thinking how grateful I am for the moon's perfect beauty and also, oh, how rich it is to love the world. Percy, meanwhile, leans against me and gazes up into my face, as though I were just as wonderful as the perfect moon. This short poem Percy ate the Bhagavad Gita touched me, brought a bit of perspective to my day, and raised a self-deprecating smile. Our new dog, named for the beloved poet, ate a book which unfortunately we had left unguarded. Fortunately it was the Bhagavad Gita, of which many copies are available every day now, as Percy grows into the beauty of his life, we touch his wild, curly head and say, "Oh, wisest of little dogs." An ode to canine companionship. Oliver's verses are woven with threads of deep reflection on the essence of existence, often drawing parallels between human and canine experiences. Her dogs became her confidants, her mirrors, teaching her profound lessons about life, love, and the impermanence that unites us all. Let's now explore some of Mary Oliver's iconic poems featuring our furry companions. These verses not only capture the essence of dogs but also offer profound insights into the human experience. Featured poem, Little Dog's Rhapsody in the Night. He puts his cheek against mine and makes small, expressive sounds. And when I'm awake, or awake enough, he turns upside down, his four paws in the air, and his eyes dark and fervent. Tell me you love me, he says. Tell me again. Could there be a sweeter arrangement? Over and over, he gets to ask. I get to tell. Featured poem, The First Time Percy Came Back. The first time Percy came back, He was not sailing on a cloud. He was loping along the sand as though he had come a great way. "Percy," I cried out, and reached to him. Those white curls. But he was unreachable. As music is present yet you can't touch it. "Yes, it's all different," he said. "You're going to be very surprised." But I wasn't thinking of that. I only wanted to hold him. "Listen," he said. "I miss that too. And now you'll be telling stories of my coming back. And they won't be false, and they won't be true. But they'll be real." And then, as he used to, he said, "Let's go." And we walked down the beach together. Mary Oliver stands as a luminary in contemporary poetry, adorned with both the Pulitzer Prize and the National Book Award. Yet, beyond her accolades, she resides among the annals of literature's most ardent devotees of four-legged companions. In her collection, Dog Songs, she assembles an array of verses that exalt the unique interplay between humans and canines, unraveling profound insights about the essence of our own existence. This anthology embodies Oliver's distinctive talent for distilling universal truths from the specificities of her poetic subjects, casting light on the very core of leading a meaningful, purposeful, and wholly present life. Here's another poem, Luke, by Mary Oliver. "I had a dog who loved flowers. Briskly she went through the fields, yet paused for the honeysuckle or the rose. Her dark head and her wet nose touching the face of every one, with its petals of silk, with its fragrance rising into the air, where the bees, their bodies heavy with pollen, hovered, and easily she adored every blossom, not in the serious, careful way that we choose this blossom or that blossom, the way we praise or don't praise, the way we love or don't love, but the way we long to be that happy in the heaven of earth, that wild, that loving." In the poem Showtime, Mary and her pet Ricky watch a dog show on TV. Mary's poem ruminates on the abusive grooming the contestants have had to endure. Ricky exclaims, "If I ever meet one of these dogs, I'm going to invite him to come here, where he can be a proper dog." "Okay," I said. "But remember, you can't fix everything in the world for everybody." "However," said Ricky, "you can't do anything at all unless you begin. Haven't I heard you say that once or twice, or maybe 100 times? Dogs die so soon. I have my stories of that grief, no doubt many of you do also. It is almost a failure of will, a failure of love, to let them grow old, or so it feels. We would do anything to keep them with us, and to keep them young. The one gift we cannot give." As we bid adieu to this enchanting journey, we're left with the understanding that Mary Oliver's love for dogs transcends the pages of her poetry. It lingers in the hearts of those who read her words, reminding us of the extraordinary magic that can be found in the ordinary. Thank you for joining us on this reflective exploration of Mary Oliver's Canine Chronicles. Until next time, remember to find poetry in the everyday moments.